The 19th of February, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos, Esther.
Okay, thank you. As Lou mentioned, this is Rabbi Shlomo Manashi, and we are, as Lou mentioned, learning. This is our Pierke Avos shir, but we're doing Megillas Esther right now because we're approaching the Zman of Esther. As a matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, just for our information, let's take a look. Purim Katan is probably coming up. Today is Yud, so Yud Daled. Purim Katan is Erev Shabbos. Just for your information, Erev Shabbos is Purim Katan outside of Yerushalayim. In Yerushalayim, Purim Katan is on Shabbos. There you go. How do you like that?
Wow.
Right. So you can think of what you have to do to celebrate Purim Katan, if anybody's interested in making a celebration. But we want to know where this pasuk is coming from. Wo bo peritzim. And who are these peritzim? You have to find the pasuk for you. Bo peritzim. 1 second. Okay, so there's very good. If you have your Tanakh there, if you have your Tanakh handle, we need a pasuk. There's a pasuk in Yehezkel, okay? Pasuk in Yehezkel.
Yehezkel? Okay.
Perek Zion. Perek Zion. And pasuk Chaf Beis.
So awkward, this huge Yehezkel. Yehezkel is at 12:90.
Okay.
Sorry, what's the Yehezkel?
Yehezkel 7:22.
7:22.
Yeah, so this is the description of the of the Beis Hamikdash, and about the Beis Hamikdash, that this prophecy, it's not clear to me, this prophecy, what it was a reference to, because Yehezkel, if I'm not mistaken, was there in Golas. There, someone has it there and would like to read it. Take a look there, the beginning of the 7th parak, right?
It's 22, 7:22.
Right, but take a look at the beginning of the beginning of the chapter. What's this? The question is, what is this prophecy in reference to? That's what we need to know about. But start, if who wants, you want to, you could even read it in English if you like, if you want. No one has it there.
The word of Hashem came to me, saying, "You son of man, thus said the Lord Hashem Elohim to those who dwell upon the soil of Israel." Those who dwell upon is in brackets, so I don't suppose it's in the Hebrew. An end. The end has come upon the four corners of the land. Now the end is upon you, and I will send my anger against you, and I will judge you according to your ways, and I will place upon you, and in brackets, punishment for, and then all your abominations. My eye will not spare you, and I will not have compassion, for I will place upon you, in brackets, punishment for, your ways, and punishment for, your abominations will be in your midst. Then you will know that I am Hashem. And then it says, thus said the Lord Hashem Elohim, an evil and a singular evil, behold, is coming. An end has come, the end has come. It is aroused against you. Behold, it comes.
All right, keep going. Don't stop with that.
Beg your pardon?
You can continue on if you like.
Oh, the dawn has come against you, O dweller of the land. Are we the dwellers of the land? The time has come, the day of tumult is near, and it is not the, and in brackets the word joyous, and it is not the joyous shout of the mountains. Now speedily I will pour my wrath against you, I will spend my anger against you, and I will judge you according to your ways, and I will place upon you punishment for all your abominations. And my eye will not spare, and I will not have compassion. I will place upon you punishment for your ways, and punishment for your abominations will be in your midst. Then you will know that I am Hashem who smites. Behold the day, behold it comes. The dawn has gone forth, and the rod has sprouted fruit. Wantonness has blossomed. Violence has arisen to become a rod of wickedness. There is not among them, nor among their multitude, nor among their offspring, anyone among them who yearns for me. Further,
When is this talking about? When is this? When did this happen? Did this is when is this being talked about?
feels like it's talking about today.
Yeah, you get that feeling, Roy, don't you?
Oh, this year. But it's happened a few times, has it not?
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about specifically about the dwellers upon the land.
I would think it would be at the time of the destruction of the Beit Mikdash.
I mean, if this is the case, he's not. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, Yehezkel was prophesying in bubble. I mean, I'm not. He's talking about the past, or he's talking. It seems like a prophecy is really talking about the future. Yeah.
And the dwellers on the land, does that mean anybody at all who have made a home in Eretz Israel? Or just the Jews or the Israelis or yeah.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
I mean, at the times when someone has conquered us and they themselves have put up their own homes to them. I don't know.
Yeah, let's continue on with the psukim. Roy, go ahead.
So there's nobody who yearns for me. It's 12, Pasuk 12. The time has come. The day has arrived. Let the buyer not be glad, nor the seller mourn, for fury is upon her entire multitude. For the seller, he will not return to that which was sold as long as his soul is alive. For there was a prophetic vision for her entire multitude. it will not return. Each man, his very being remains with his iniquity. They will not fortify themselves. Classic 14.
Yeah, continue, right. The teacher will continue, yeah.
They will blow the horn and prepare everything, but no one will go to war. For my fury is upon all her multitude. The sword is outside, and the plague and famine are inside. Whoever is in the field will die by the sword, and whoever is in the city, famine and plague will consume him. The fugitives will flee, and they will be in the mountains, all of them moaning like pigeons of the valleys, each man in his iniquity. All hands will be weak, and all knees will melt like water. They will gird themselves in sackcloth, and terror will cover them. On every face will be shame, and on all their heads baldness. They will throw their silver in the streets, and their gold will become repulsive, for their silver and their gold will be unable to rescue them on the day of Hashem's fury. They will not satisfy their souls, and they will not fill their stomachs, for it was the stumbling block of their iniquity. The beauty of his ornament he had set for majesty, yet they made their abominable and detestable images within it. Therefore I have made it into a repulsive thing for them, and I will give it into the hands of strangers for plunder, and unto the wicked of the earth for spoils, and they will profane it. I will turn my face away from them, and they will profane the place where I am hidden, and into it will come lawless people and profane it. Make the chain, for the land is full of
Oh,
blood.
I think, so that I think is the pasuk we need there. I think that pasuk is that's what we have to come to here, right? Right? These the creating of these lawless people, right? And they will profane it. So you see, so we'll continue we'll continue reading just to finish the chapter here, but the point being made here is when they came and they looted the Beis Hamikdash and profaned it, all the vessels of the Beis Hamikdash were now mundane and not considered to be sanctified anymore. Okay, good. But continue on.
Make the chain, for the land is full of blood guilt, and the city is full of injustice. So I will bring the wickedest nations, and they will inherit their houses, and I will put an end to the pride of the mighty, and their holy places will be profaned. A cutting off is coming. They will seek peace, but there will be none. Disaster will come upon disaster, and report will be upon report. In vain will they seek vision from the prophet, and teaching will be lost from the Kohen, and counsel from the elders. The king will mourn, and the leader will be clothed with consternation, and the hands of people in the land will be confounded. I will act with them according to their ways, and by the judgments they deserve I will judge them. Then they will know that I am Hashem. That finishes chapter 7.
Okay. Okay, so apparently this is a prophecy about the destruction of the Korban base Rishon, right? When Yehezkel actually was prophesying, I'm not sure, I have to check about that. See, because the beginning of Yehezkel starts in the explaining the Yehezkel was in the amongst those who went into Golis, right? Went into Golis. It could be these were prophecies that he had when he was in Eretz Israel still, while there was still the Beis Hamikdash. I'm not sure. I have to really clarify it. I'm not sure.
I've got here
The,
the introduction to Yehezkel in this in here.
Yeah, very good. Go ahead.
There's um, he was reduced to flaming ruins. Such was the world of the prophet Yehezkel. His primary mission was directed not to the Jews of a dying land of Israel, but to the Jews of Babylon, the exiled Jews who thought that they had lost their share in the God of Israel. They reasoned, does a husband have a claim to his wife's loyalty after he divorced her? Does a master have claim to his slave services after he sent him away? And can God still claim us as his people after abandoning us to Nebuchadnezzar? To these forlorn Jews, Ezekiel was a prophet of hope as well as rebuke. Most of his prophecy was to the exiles, although he had much to say to the unheeding Jews of Jerusalem as well. He showed them that he truly shared their suffering, becoming the very symbol of their plight, as he pounded his hand and stamped his foot in despair and lost his own beloved wife in a plague, to symbolize for them that even one's most cherished possessions, a wife, a temple, could be stripped away.
Okay, very good. So we see there are prophecies which he delivered according to to those people and when he was in Yerushalayim, and there were also prophecies which he delivered and he gave to the people who were in Golis. Okay, fine. So so obviously clearly this prophecy is a prophecy that took place while they still were in Eretz Israel. Okay, fine. So that clarifies that. That's very good. And now we understand so let's now go back to our puzzle, go back to our document. Thank you, bro. That was very good. That was very helpful. Thank you. Appreciate that.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were Vo'u Va Pritzim.
Right. Those are the people without restraint. The wild, the plunderers and looters. And
Right.
they're going to come. He was prophesying that these wild plunderers will come.
The Halalu who Mishba'u Liadam Naasu Cholin.
Nasachulin. So when they would be plunder it, and it would be ripped away from your hands. That they would those formerly sanctified utensils, vessels would now become mundane. So by drinking from them in the suit of Mishtavakish Veros, there was nothing theoretically wrong in them drinking from those kelim.
Colleen, I don't know what Zion Shin is.
Zeg Shekasib.
This that is written, the Kalim, Mikalim, Shonim, Kolomar, Kalim, Shenish Tanu, Biyadam. So the vessels, they were drinking with them in their hands.
So that the Kalim Shonim. So when it said in the pasuk, they would drink it. We're drinking from Kalim, the Kalim Shonim. I mean, Shonim can mean old, right? The ancient vessels, Kolomer. But he says here, Kalim Shishtano Biyadam, V'Hayechulin. The Shonim mean different. They're different. They were drinking from the different, or the changed Kalim. They changed from being, right, Kodesh to chulin, to being mundane.
Vayu cholin achein onesh Yisrael. What is cholin?
Chulin is mundane.
Ah. And they were mundane. And so they were punishments for Israel.
No, so the kalim that they were drinking from were chulin. Achein, however, onesh Yisrael shenene mesudas harasha, asher yafiach lakates, that the punishment that the Jews received was that they were benefiting from the suda of the evil one, Achashverosh, asher yafiach lakates. Now that was the next pasuk we were looking up yesterday, right? Yafiach lakates. That's a pasuk in Habakkuk, right? You have Roy, you have your nach there, your pasuk in Habakkuk.
Where
Oh,
is it?
yeah. What
That's in
pasuk is it
that
again?
that okay. That is in Perek Beis, pasuk Gimel.
Habakkuk is in here.
Yeah, that should be in Trey. That should be in Treyasa.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, if I can find the index.
Oh, that's Kiod. Okay, Kiod Chazon.
Oh,
Okay.
here it is. 1390. 13. Yeah, so it's Habakkuk what? It's six.
Chapter
The second
2, pasuk
chapter.
3.
Oh, sorry, say it again. Chapter
2,
chapter 2. Yes.
pasuk 3.
Cossack 3, yeah. It says, well, there is yet another vision about the appointed time. It will speak of the end, and it will not deceive. Though it may tarry and wait and await it, for it will surely come, it will not delay.
Right. So but right, Ki Od Chazon Lamoid, it will also have another prophecy. Via fear locates the fear the appointed time of the end.
Oh, actually, this is Hashem's talking.
Yes.
Hashem was saying that.
Right. Yefir Kates. Asher Yefir Kates. Yefir is the appointed time of the end. That the end of the Gullus had it's going to speak. It's going to so they were nena. So Achin Einish Yisrael Shenenu Mesudas Arasha Asher Yefir Kates. That the Jews were punished because they were benefiting from the Suda of the Russia, the evil one Achashverosh. And Yefir Asher Yefir Kates, that he was speaking of the end. He was speaking of the end of the 70 years of Gullus, right? According to his prediction, had been reached already, right? Let's continue on.
So it may tarry away for it, it will surely come, it will not delay.
So Achashverosh, he was under the impression that the time had come. One of the other reasons why he made the Mishnah, first reason was to reinforce his celebrate the consolidation of his kingdom, number one. Number two, to also celebrate the fact that according to his computations, the time of the 70 years of Gullus had been reached already. To Yafir Kates, he was speaking about the end of the time of the um
Have a good day.
Gullus, the 70 years of Gullus and Bubble, and therefore he understood, according to his perspective, that there's a very auspicious time. At the end of the time when the Jews should have been redeemed and returned to Eretz Israel, so he, Ahasuerus, was given rule. His first edict of kingship, of sovereignty, was to stop the building of the Beis Hamikdash, and he made the Suda as a celebration of the fact that the Jews had not been redeemed. Their prophets had said they're going to be 70 years in Golis, and then they would be released. And now, according to his computation, 70 years had passed, and they hadn't been released. So he was celebrating what he thought to be the ultimate and permanent servitude of Klal Yisrael, and especially to him, who now was ruling the world. That was a very big reason for his celebration. And the Jews, by going to his Suda, they were punished for that. Right, but Azel, right? So the Azel, they went the Moda, and they acknowledged it. But also says.
Hmm. Um,
Yeah, you can continue on, Lou, if you want.
okay. Though it may tarry, await it, for it will surely come, it will not delay. Then it says, and behold, his soul is defiant. That's Nebuchadnezzar's soul. But that's the side note here. It says, behold, his soul is defiant. It is unsettled in him. But the righteous person shall live through his faith. The man of wine also acts treacherously, and the man of wine is like someone who's emboldened by wine. Then this Nebuchadnezzar is emboldened by going off frequently to wars. He's intoxicated by wars. That's a footnote there. So the man of wine also acts treacherously. He is an arrogant man and does not stay at home. He goes to wars. He has widened his soul like the grave and like death. He is not satisfied. He gathered unto himself all the nations and assembled them unto himself all the peoples. Shall all of these not take up a parable about him and a metaphor and riddles regarding him? One will say, woe to him who amasses that which is not his. How long can he go on? He burdens himself heavily with thick mud. Will those who would bite you not rise up suddenly? And will those who would cause you to tremble not awaken? You will be plunder for them, because you have pillaged many nations. All the remnants of the nations will pillage you for the blood of men that you spilt, and the robbery of the land and the city and all its inhabitants. Woe to him who gains evil profit for his house, so that he may set his nest up high and be rescued from the grasp of evil. You have counseled shame for your house by cutting off many peoples, and you have sinned against your soul. For a stone will cry out from the wall, and the silver will answer it from the beams.
Right. So this has to do with the right. This has to do with the could be applicable to some extent. Ahasuerus could be done to Darius and Medes. This could be the destruction, reference to the destruction of Persia, or Madai, actually, Ras Madai. Yeah. Okay.
Is
Good,
that,
let's return. Yeah,
is
yeah.
at Apostles 11 to 12 here.
Right.
These very stones and beams of your house testify that you built your house through bloodshed and plunder. For the stones will cry out from the wall, and the silver will answer from the beams. Woe to him who builds a city with bloodshed and establishes a city with iniquity. That was bad.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Roy.
Okay.
Okay, so good. Let's now return back to our that on page 4 in our document, in the middle of the second paragraph.
Okay, I'm not sure exactly where we stopped.
And the last word on the second line, Ba'azel, they again, it's being explained to us why the Jewish people received such a tremendous gezerah of life and death upon it. What did they do wrong?
Right, so far we've said that they were guilty of participating in a celebration of the fact that the prophecy did not come true. Correct?
Okay, continue on. Ba'azel.
Is that correct?
Last line. What?
Is that correct? That so far we've said that they were guilty of participating in a celebration of the fact that the prophecy did not come true?
Yeah, that's apparently right. That's right.
But it's not the fact that it didn't come true, apparently didn't come true.
Yeah, at this point it hadn't come true. That's correct. That's right.
Well, no, what I'm saying is they were celebrating the fact that it didn't come true.
It's not
I
a
mean,
fact.
the whole Mishnah, the celebration was because the prophecy has not come true, and so that's a terrible thing. That's a terrible thing. Even if it would be because of the computation is wrong, right? Even if the computation is wrong, but the fact that we should go ahead and participate in even if it's a mistaken celebration, but that we would go and participate in a celebration that our own prophets and prophecies were wrong and they were not fulfilled, that's a terrible thing. That's very bad.
Va'azil umodeh v'asur l'shas u'l'sata I don't know what kaf shin is.
Kol shekain.
Kol
It's
shin.
usher, right? It's usher l'seis l'sas l'seis. It's us even on a day when the goyim are celebrating a holiday of theirs. It's usher to do business with them. Kol shekain to go and eat and drink with them.
Right, the whole velishtot imo with them.
To eat and drink along with them.
Right. So we can't participate in their holiday because that would be tantamount to doing lashon hara, doing avodah zarah ourselves. The sefer inyan chor.
Carpus. Visaper inyan for the carpus, and to retell or to speak about, like Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim, right? Sipur Yetzias Mitzrayim, to speak about the Exodus from Egypt, right? So
Right.
Sipur inyan to speak about the inyan that they. I mean, look, they had the first Mishnah lasted 180 days. They had, they probably had a lot of people just, giving drushes and stuff, right? They were talking about how the prophecy didn't come true. The Jews are still enslaved. They're not going back there to Israel. We stopped the rebuilding of the Beis Hamikdash, and here you are sitting up, sitting there, you're eating your kosher food, like, your, but that's airline meals, listening to all that stuff.
Okay, so what's the word core mean?
Korbakarpus, take a look at your in your Megillah. If I'm not mistaken, he's jumping to a pasuk that's going to come up in the in a few things, or yeah. That should be, if I'm not mistaken. Um uh yeah, pasuk vav, Perik Aleph in the Megillah there, right? Pasuk vav.
Here we are. Chor karpas. Ulecheles. Utecheles. Ahuz. So it's white, green, and blue. So chor is white. So white, white, green, etc. Shahu, what is Samech Yud?
That's Shahu. I think it's Simin Lavodah Zorah. It's a Simin Lavodah Zorah.
That's a sign of Avodah Zarah, those colors.
I mean the pageantry that existed, not simply the colors are just sort of there as well, but it's just a simon of the things that were going on there.
I see. I see. Yeah, this paragraph is all about how ornate everything was.
Exactly, and it was there for a special reason. It was there because of um the celebration of the lack of fulfillment of the prophecy, and then also when they were certainly giving homage to their idols for the apparent victory.
Right. What is Zion Hey Tough Dalid?
Okay, that's he's actually been quoting. So Zed Timsis HaDevorah, Zed Timsis HaDevorah. That's a summary of his words.
Okay, Bekitzer, a brief summary. The Harav Mofes Hador I don't know this abbreviation either.
Okay, so this okay, let's leave this. He's just going into the there's a little bit of a machlokas about that. So now he just brings that down, that quoting the sources. Okay, good. So okay, let's stop with this part of the document now. So again, he's established the fact that according to this explanation, the reason for the Mishnah was twofold. One, that Ahasuerus was making this celebration because of the consolidation of his throne, and also the concurrent lack of fulfillment of the prophecy that the Jews would now be redeemed from the Golus that they're in. So that was his goal in the according to this explanation, his goal in throwing the celebration, and the Jews were therefore dutifully punished for attending. Okay, that's good. So tomorrow we'll go back to the Megillah, and we'll continue on with the second pasuk, Bezat Hashem. Fine. Okay, thank you, Lou. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Mayor. Really, is it sweet?
Okay, Yashikaya.
Roy, you should have a good day. Hope to see you tomorrow.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Okay,
Bye. I should
Okay,
call
we'll,
it that way.
All right.
Okay, see you soon. We'll be learning Ilkus, Megillah soon.
All right,
All
see
right.
you.